America is not collapsing on its own. Someone is breaking it apart. America is not destroying itself by choice. Instead, this country is being broken, little by little, slowly, piece by piece. In the first 10 months of 2025, more than 5,400 stores have closed. Suicide rates have reached a 50-year high. Mortgage delinquencies have risen by 37%, and nearly 20 million households are now behind on utility bills. At the same time, foreign powers are moving away from the U.S. dollar. The Federal Reserve is under pressure. Banks are worried. Even the FBI has admitted that they can no longer fully control internal threats. If you think someone should stop this, then you're already behind. There is now only one thing to do. Prepare yourself, or you will be the next victim in this collapsing nation. How are the elites sensing the coming disaster? They don't look at government announcements or the news. They look at one thing only: risk. And who understands risk better than anyone? Insurance companies. Just in the last year, 83% of U.S. property insurance companies have raised premiums, removed certain zip codes from coverage, even shut down operations completely in some states. In Florida, the average home insurance premium is now $6,000 a year, 4 times the national average. Many companies have left California entirely. And this isn't only because of natural disasters. It stems from civil unrest, failing infrastructure, and problems deep within the financial system. Insurance companies are seeing the future. These companies make decisions looking 5 to 10 years ahead, and the future they see is not bright. Since 2017, natural disaster payouts have tripled. In the 1990s, the U.S. averaged $3 billion disasters a year. In 2024, that number exceeded 20. So they are slowly withdrawing from the market, hoping no one notices. And you're feeling the impact. Did your car insurance suddenly double? It's not because your driving got worse. They're adding the cost of future disasters into your bill today. They know roads will break, signal systems will fail, and a flood of accident claims is coming. So they're collecting money early. When disaster truly begins, grid failures, riots, natural catastrophes becoming a daily event, and you file a claim, they'll say force majeure, meaning, sorry, no coverage during acts of God or civil unrest. This isn't a scare tactic. It's in their contracts. So ask yourself, if even insurance companies, whose job is to maintain stability, are leaving the market, what direction is this country heading? Many Americans still believe the nation's electric grid is like a steel wall, with multi-layered backups, engineers monitoring it 24/7, and every risk handled before it becomes a problem. But reality is the complete opposite. The country is now in such a fragile state that just one unusual heat wave or a slightly harsher winter could bring the entire grid to its knees. And the people working on the grid know that the system is weaker than ever. Warning signs have been flashing for a long time. The North American Electric Reliability Corporation, or NERC, has issued 3 major blackout warnings just this year, and the year isn't even over. In 2023, nearly 24% of the U.S. population experienced at least one blackout lasting more than 8 hours, and weather was not the main cause. The real causes were old equipment, excessive electricity usage, and rapidly growing energy demand. These 3 factors together are slowly breaking the system. In 2021, Texas nearly lost its entire grid from a brief cold snap. California's situation is so bad that planned outages are so frequent people don't even react anymore. The American electrical system is still running on designs from 70 years ago. The core blueprint of the U.S. power grid was created around 1950. Many of its components still operate as if it's that old era. Transformers are so outdated that now 90% of U.S. transformers must be imported, and a transformer can take up to 2 years to arrive. Meaning, if a major attack, cyberstrike, or disaster destroys just 10% of key transformers, restoring electricity could take not days, not weeks, but months, or even years in some regions. Imagine that period with no lights, no heating, no way to preserve food, no internet, water pumps offline, oxygen shortages in hospitals. The government knows exactly where things stand. In a confidential report, DHS stated during a major winter emergency, the U.S. grid could meet only 40% of demand. 40%! This is not a prediction, it's their own analysis. Meaning, what was once impossible has now become likely. External enemies are waiting for the right moment. Russia and China have already conducted numerous cyber tests on U.S. energy systems. In 2024 alone, more than 15,000 cyber attacks targeted power infrastructure, a 450% increase in just 2 years. These aren't playful hacks, they are preparations for war. Next time the power goes out, ask yourself, was it just a storm? Or is it a signal that something bigger is coming? Most people won't realize it until their phone dies, the heater shuts off, and an unfamiliar silence settles everywhere. And by the time they understand, it may already be too late. If you walk through any shopping mall or town center in your area today, what will you see? Closed stores, empty parking lots, for lease signs hanging everywhere. This is not just a sign of bad business, it is a terrifying alarm. Retail is the fastest early warning indicator in the U.S. economy, and that canary bird is now completely silent. In the first 6 months of 2025, more than 3,500 stores have closed. Walgreens, Macy's, Family Dollar, Rite Aid, Foot Locker, one after another, major chains are shutting down. The scary part? Many stores were still profitable, but their profits were not enough to survive the new economic reality. Today, the survival threshold for retail is much higher. If a store can't reach it, it disappears. This is not about changing consumer habits. It's proof that the middle class is fading away. Because now, people have no extra cash. Spending power has dropped. The middle class is shrinking fast. Retail survives only on disposable income. In 2025, it's almost zero. Credit card delinquency is now 10.7%, the highest in 12 years. People are defaulting not only on loan payments, but on basic necessities. Many are even using credit cards to buy food. The average American family now carries $11,000 in credit card debt, with interest rates around 21%. Mathematically, this debt is nearly impossible to pay off. What's happening as a result? Retail is collapsing, jobs are disappearing, supply chains are breaking. Cities and towns are slowly turning into ghost zones. The collapse starts with Dollar General closing, then the grocery store, then the pharmacy, and eventually you'll have to drive 45 minutes just to buy medicine, and you'll need fuel for that too. Retail closures mean cutting off the arteries of a community. Where stores close, the economy dries up, crime rises, property values drop, social stability collapses. San Francisco, Chicago, New York, these cities prove that major retailers aren't leaving only because of theft. The entire economic and social structure is falling apart. This is not a shoplifting issue. It's evidence of consumer stability being destroyed. If you think, my area is safe, then you haven't understood. The collapse map is already drawn, and it's slowly moving toward you. In 2025, the biggest shock to American families has come from the place that once symbolized safety and dreams, their own home. The home that once represented wealth, financial security, and a solid future has become the biggest financial trap for many families today. Mortgage pressure, highest in 35 years. The 30-year mortgage rate is currently around 8%. As a result, the same home now costs the average family 20% more per month. The same income family is suddenly forced to pay $800 to $1,200 more in installments. The price of the house hasn't increased. Only the rise in interest rates has raised the cost. Mortgage default, deadly for the middle class. By mid-2025, mortgage defaults have risen by 37%, especially among middle-class families. Those who had been paying installments regularly for the past 10 years no longer can keep up due to money shortages, rising prices of food and gas, and increased insurance costs. Insurance, a silent blow. Many families think the mortgage is the problem, but the real danger has come from home insurance premiums. In the last 5 years, the average home insurance cost has increased by 68%. In many areas of Florida, California, and Texas, premiums have doubled. Some insurance companies have left certain states. As a result, people can neither keep their homes nor sell them. The slow decay of the housing market. From the outside, prices may still seem high, but the rot has started inside the market. 20 million families cannot pay their bills. Apartment rents are at the peak. Supply is low. Demand is absent, only pressure. Experts say this is not an open crash like 2008. This is a silent crash where families are slowly falling apart, but the market shows it as a normal problem. A home is no longer a dream, but a symbol of fear. In today's America, people go to sleep without knowing whether they will be in the same home next month. Their own home has become a symbol of fear, debt, and anxiety. Once the home was the centerpiece of the American dream. Today, that home has become the American breaking point. This crisis is not just an economic or business collapse. It is an internal collapse of people, silent, personal, but spreading like an explosion in every city and community. In 2025, the most terrifying statistic is not the economy. It is mental health. Suicide, highest in 50 years. This year's report shows the nationwide suicide rate has reached the highest point in 5 decades. Behind this number lie the tears of millions, long-term desperation, and a loss of faith in life. Experts say this is not an individual problem. It is a reflection of social breakdown. 4 fires burning inside people. Economic pressure, rising bills, debt burden, stagnant wages, job insecurity. All these pressures are destroying people from the inside. Loneliness. The more digitally connected modern America becomes, the lonelier people are in reality. No one listens to their problems. No one is beside them. Social division. Politics, race, and differences of opinion are turning people against each other. Community strength is being destroyed. Collapse of trust. People no longer trust the government, media, or institutions as before. When someone feels no one is coming to save me, mental collapse happens quickly. Mental health system, another broken sector. Those who want help can't even get that help. Too few doctors. Therapy is expensive. Months-long waiting for appointments. No insurance coverage. Meaning, when people fall apart, there is no support system.